Hey humans, how are you? Today I have you a Miami blog. If you are subscribed, you know I moved out of Miami a little bit ago and I wasn't going to upload this blog since I didn't edit it on time, and now I decided I should share it anyways. So yeah, here we go. This was my apartment in Miami that I missed very much, and these were the three of the dogs that I seated most commonly, I guess, like my repeat clients. It is Magnus and Olive and Grizzly. They're all great. Actually, funny enough, this is my first tattoo. So this is the first tattoo I ever did, and it's also tattooing myself. Ignore the mosquito bite there. So this is my first time holding a tattoo machine. I'm also tattooing myself. I don't know what I'm doing, and this is how it all started. And now you all know I've been tattooing for a bit and I have my tattoo business and everything, but that was the first one, so I guess it makes it worth to post an old blog. At that time also my family from Chile was visiting, so we went to this Cuban restaurant to have fun. This is my aunt Carola, my mom, and my siblings, and my father. Everyone came out. It was such a great time. And my grandmother, who is 93 years old, stood up to dance as she usually does. I swear there's no one with that much energy, not even young people. And this is me practicing my ballet moves, and you can see so much hair on the floor from all these puppies. It was virtually impossible to keep this apartment clean. Now, when I moved to North Carolina, I kept doing some pet sitting, but eventually I stopped, and then I actually adopted these two kittens that they actually didn't make it. They passed like a week ago, so I am pretty heartbroken at the moment. And this is Magnus again. Magnus was a lot with me, and I loved him so much. It was one of the hardest things about living in Miami, was leaving him behind. I'm showing you also this magazine. This is a Japanese magazine, and they featured me, and this is when I got the copy in my mail, which was really exciting to see my paintings in a printed magazine. So wanted to share that with you as well. I was offered recently actually to show my art again in this magazine, and I haven't, and also in a couple of other magazines, and I haven't gotten back to them. Honestly, it's very exciting and it's very beautiful, but it's a lot of work, and it hasn't paid off for me in the past, so I'm trying to focus on other things. Here I'm doing this sketchbook painting. I was very inspired at the moment by antique book covers, so that's what I'm basing this spread on, and something I still want to elaborate more on. Like, I think it's not done. I still want to explore more that aesthetic of like gold and ornaments and putting words, and also like the imagery of the painting, combining all those elements is very me, since I do love ornaments. And like you saw my first tattoo, the one that I'm doing on myself, it's an ornament. It's like a filigree ornament. And I also love, of course, paintings, but I also love books, and I love lettering, and I love writing. It was my first art passion, especially poems. But yeah, as I mentioned before, my family was visiting Miami, so we went to the botanical garden that it was close to my apartment in Miami Beach. I took Magnus with me to these two. I feel like he had the greatest of times of us all. The place was so beautiful, and it wasn't too hot, which tends to be the problem in Miami. So it was a great day. It's very, very beautiful. If you're ever in Miami, I definitely recommend you. I took some photos of the flowers and plants and things to use as references, including the unicorn, for paintings. So maybe you will see some of this imagery in upcoming paintings. This like Japanese inspired little piece. It's very beautiful. Now that I live in North Carolina, actually I went to Duke Gardens, which are also insanely beautiful. And they also have this, like, not Japanese only, it's more of a whole Asian part of it, and it's gorgeous. Then it was a day with my little nieces, so we needed something more engaging, and we went to the Sea World. It wasn't Sea World. What was the name of this place? Like a seaquarium, I guess. And there were all these beautiful ocean creatures that it had been a really long while since I went to some kind of aquarium, so it was really, really beautiful and very peaceful and just inspiring too. Like, there's nothing more creative than nature itself. And here we go back to the apartment and painting. I do a lot of the painting with, or almost all of the painting, let's be honest, with the pets there. I'm also gonna be varnishing this painting. This painting is really old. Well, not really old, but it's one of my first paintings. I did them before I even moved to the US, and I brought it just as a canvas, folded, and then I restretched it. So this is me varnishing it again, because the varnish I used in Chile wasn't too good, so I thought I needed another layer to look better and to be more protected. One of my routines in Miami, and probably other thing that I miss a lot about Miami, other than Magnus, was going to the beach every morning to see the sunrise. I did this most days of the week, and it was such an amazing way to start my day. And here, actually, probably a week went by, and I went to Chile to see my family there. This is my parents' home over there, and to see my friends and my nieces and my siblings, and it was such an amazing time. Back to the whole body positivity thing. I got to relax and journal, and it was a very good balance between seeing a lot of people and doing things, but also getting time for myself, where I'm not pushing myself to, as I tend to do. This painting, I ended up giving it to my cousin as a gift because he loved it so much. It was all about being in the present moment. I was dealing at that point with a lot of like burnout and just always thinking of what I have to do next and being like planning every second of my day. And I wasn't ever kind of like stopping to notice and be in the present. So I was in this whole process of doing that. The morning routine of going to see the sunrise on the ocean and the valet, going back to the valet and everything, was part of me trying to heal that and pay attention and calm down and be present in every moment. And as always, I use art to do my healing and have my epiphanies, I guess. So this painting was all about that. And I guess he felt very, well, he saw it in another way actually. He had another interpretation, but he did fall in love with it. So I ended up giving it to him as a present for his birthday. And this is me also romanticizing my life and just, I guess, dancing around with Magnus. Gosh, I miss him so much. He's the cutest. So here I guess you are able to see how the behind the scenes sometimes looks of my painting videos, having the camera next to me always when I'm creating, so I can share with you. So here, this is Grizzly again. This is a very big boy. He will come every weekend, so he was there from Friday to Monday morning every week. He was such a good dog. Like you can see, I actually walked him without the leash. Just people would get scared sometimes because he's so big, but he was a gentle giant. He is a gentle giant. It's just that I don't see him anymore. This one here, this is Biscuit. This is Grizzly's friend. He wouldn't come all the time, but this time Grizzly's parents were out taking a trip, so he stayed as well. This is the tattoo shop where I tattooed my own leg and where I was starting an apprenticeship. It ended up not working, so I didn't tattoo for a bit until I started an apprenticeship in another studio called Alex Chung Tattoo Studio in Biscayne Boulevard, also in Miami. And there I stayed for a while until I moved here to Raleigh, North Carolina, and I just started my own shop or space, honestly, more than a shop, and tattooing by myself, for myself. Yeah. This is a lot how my life looked back then. I was doing, and I'm still doing, carnivore. So this waffle that you see here, it's actually made of an egg and pork rinds, like made panko. So I would mix that and put some raw honey on top, or raw maple syrup sometimes. Well, not raw maple syrup, but like organic. And then here I'm in Paint with a Twist, which is a job I ended up starting the last few months in Miami, where I would give painting classes, and sometimes I would just do like open studios where everyone would just have their own project and work on their own painting, and I would just be there to assist them, guide them, answer questions, put music, and so on. And they ended up closing. I actually really liked going there, but I guess the business didn't work out for them and they ended up closing. And yeah, here I am trying to fill a grant application with all these playing around me. Here we are, 4. Sometimes I would have even more. When it was more than 4, I would take shifts to go walk them, so that I didn't have to walk more than 4 at a time, since it's virtually impossible, and I don't think they enjoy it as much either. And this is sleeping time. Here I had ordered some things from my own Redbubble shop. These things are still there. My shop has a lot of prints and stickers and merch and everything with my art and paintings. So if you want to check that out, definitely go check the link in my description below for my Redbubble shop. I ordered this sticker from my painting Burnout, and I always like to check how the quality and the colors and everything is coming out, so that I know that I'm not promoting products that I wouldn't buy myself. And I love this sticker. So, and I think I ordered more things, but they didn't come at the same time. That's something that happens with Redbubble. Like if you order a notebook and a sticker, it might come in 2 different dates, even if you buy it at the same time. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys. I collect most of my stickers and a lot of other things as well in my sketchbook, so that's where this one is going. Not only stickers of my work, but also just prints and stickers and tickets and memories of lots of things and artists, like these ones, which are not from my art. This is a Colombian artist that I met in a show in New York, Calicho, and he gave me those 2 stickers of his work, and I put them here. So I'm gonna put this sticker right next to it. And on the right, that's one of my first drawings, or a very old drawing that I did, and she was meant to be a character of a comic that I was writing. I got pretty far, but not far enough. I didn't have the skills yet to have a character in so many like action positions, so it was taking me way too long, and I ended up giving up the project. I'm talking about like 3 years, 4 years at least ago. But yeah, it was definitely fun while it lasted. And here I went back to doing some line drawings, just like lining them with my pen. So because I had been a while, I was focusing more on the painting side, and I wanted to practice just like my hand movements and steady hand for tattooing before I did it on people, or even before buying fake skin, so that I wouldn't spend so much money on that. So I traced various like drawings so that I would like practice just hand precision movements for line work and stuff like that. So I actually tattooed myself before even doing that. I just went head on and tried it out. This is how these two came out from those line practice that I was telling you. I do love them. I would not be upset if that was a tattoo, but I am actually way better at it now than I was then. I would definitely get them even more crisp now. And I could tattoo both of them now as well. And then before my family left Miami, I hosted this barbecue in the gazebo of my complex, my apartment complex. I had some neighbors, aunts, cousins, everyone just joined for a barbecue and a pool time. Remember that I was applying for a grant. This was me submitting it. Now I can tell you regrettably I didn't get it. But at that point I was quite excited about getting it. I miss seeing rain on the canal through my window. I think that was always a very romantic vibe. There's rain here and I have like trees outside my windows, which is also beautiful, but I do miss that like water view with the rain for some reason. And yeah, here I'm meal prepping and doing all that house things, housework. I love koi fish. These ones are from the Miami Beach Lincoln Road, where we met to have some beers with my family. And this one was in Katana, this restaurant in Miami Beach. I cannot recommend enough. There's always a very long wait, but the food is amazing and the vibe is even more amazing. It's so unique and it's so cozy. I don't know, it's one of my favorite places. And with that, I finished my last Miami vlog. I'm not really doing vlogs anymore. I'm more doing either tattoo or painting videos with little pieces of my life, but not just like straight out, just pieces of my life to make a blog. But I just didn't want this to go to waste. So I hope it was fun to watch, and I hope to see you on our next video. Bye!